Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys my first recap and impressions on Koita Uso, Oika Love and Lies on episode 1. Now, this episode right here and how it started, not too bad, although I don't know what's really bound to happen next. We'll have to figure out later. Although, I could tell you guys I did read a little bit of the manga here and there, but I might have to get back into it maybe after this series is done or finished airing. But we'll have to find out soon. We had to it that it starts off with the freaking thing where some pop idol gets married to an ordinary man who attends college in the city. And apparently we get to know there's a system in Japan involving something called yukari marriages that you will be assigned a married partner eventually when you, how am I supposed to say it? When you reach a certain age. And eventually that stopped the low birth rates here and there and it rises up to the roof. And things still looking good in Japan, although we don't know. Although we get to see that our boy Nejima, of course. Oh, Nejima, yeah, I think Nejima. That's his name, right? Yeah, Nejima, or Neji if you want to call him. Ends up having a talk with his friend saying that we're not gonna get married, we're gonna fall in love with our own feelings, etc. And of course, we get to know Nejima, of course, had a major crush on Misaki for 5 years, especially started in, how am I supposed to say it, in elementary school, lent her an eraser, etc. And he ends up having a talk with her at school saying that if she remembers or something. Although he does tell her, meet me behind a certain location, behind an elementary school. And he waited for a very, very long time, you know. And I give this kid props about telling her to, meet him at a certain location. And he waited, almost until midnight. 11:30 she showed up. And I'm thinking in my mind, this boy got some willpower, dude. I mean, if she did not show up, in possibly an hour or two, I think I would just went home. But he waited for a long time and just told the police that he will leave very soon. I'm sorry that I got distracted. I'm thinking in my mind, this kid got some serious balls, dude. Seriously. But aside from that, they end up talking to each other, and he ends up telling her in the end, after a very long conversation here and there, and talking way too much, honestly, and says I like you. And therefore, she says the same thing that I like you too for a long time. And he ends up explaining that he liked her for 5 years, etc. And this kind of got Nejima to a point where he just hugs her. And she ends up doing the same thing. She says, should we kiss? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. A first love confession and a first kiss. And they end up kissing each other eventually. And it kind of got into a point where they go into deep kisses. It's they freaking Frenching it, you know, go tongue to tongue, if you guys know what I mean. I mean, anyone would know that. Eventually, he ends up getting a government notice from his phone, but apparently that did not become the real notice, while the official document is given to him that his partner is, Sanada Lalena, I think. And he ends up being a little upset about this and tries to talk to her, but the person he's in love with, etc., Misaki, ends up trying to lie that she didn't want to confess her feelings to him, etc. And she's really happy that she could live possibly another 70 years with the strength of this half hour's memory. And congratulations being 16 because it reached midnight. And pretty much this kind of gotten to a point he knows that she's lying. He ends up chasing after her with all of his might when she's trying to run away, and ends up hugging her, as she knows that this is really hurtful because of the government system. They both love each other, but they both know that they may not be able to love each other fully because of the government system. And of course the song does play at the end, and I thought the song was pretty slick and it was pretty beautiful because it actually has a relation. And we get to see the person that Nejima is going to be assigned to. Of course, that's Sanada Lilina. And she goes what a strange person's name, dude. I don't understand. And I just go oh, well, this is going to be really, really crazy from here on out, that's for sure. And, of course, we get a preview of the next episode, etc. And we'll have to find out from there. So this episode right here was actually pretty cool, not too bad. I think I'm just gonna stick with it to the very end because maybe the voice actor or the way how it just go right now, I don't know if myself, but you can expect at least a recap on this thing, from now on, etc. Knowing that I just did a recap on this video on the first episode of my on my first impressions. So I don't know how this is gonna go for Nejima and Misaki, but we'll have to find out from here on out because the government system can be a little like screwed up or screwy in the end. But they did confess to each other and they had kisses and deep kisses, like tongue to tongue, if anything, and I thought that was pretty beautiful. But so we're just gonna have to find out like next episode. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toodaloo.